I hope you remember what Kaushik Mahapatra, our mentor, spoke about the myths about spirituality, the four breaking myths. And one of them was spirituality is not about not for corporates. And today, with all the global speakers, the spiritual leaders, what they have taught us, we have learned even more greater wisdom in terms of spirituality and the corporate wisdom. So to welcome our leader to speak about corporate spiritual responsibility. We need to acknowledge that humans have their souls. They are not just resources, and they want to have work that is meaningful and useful. And we are need to be a part of something bigger. So let's welcome our mentor Kaushik to speak about the next wave of management paradigm. Please put your hands together with a more energy and earn more wisdom. Please welcome Kaushik.
Thank you, Manju. Thank you, and a big namaste to all of you. Right? I hope you can hear me okay, you can see me okay, and you can feel me okay. If you can feel me okay, give me a shake hand. Give me a shake hand if you're feeling me okay. You can feel me okay. Give me a shake hand. Give me a shake hand. Give me a high five. Give me a high five. Give me a high five. Give me a high 10 now, and high 10. A big namaste on this Independence Day. I must say, you guys are very powerful. On my first spiritual conclave, I was not able to concentrate. There was too much of download happening. This and that and this and that. I was tired, too tired. So before I begin, let's salute all of you. 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 Do this along with me. Do this for you, the learner in you, the learner in you. And for all those marvelous speakers, all those spiritual teachers, can we do this along with me? Can we do this along with me? Can we do this along with me? Just repeat with me and say, the highest in me, do it, 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 do it. Have some fun, guys, have some fun. The highest in me, repeat with me, the highest in me, bows down to the highest in you.
The highest in you.
The highest in me bows down to the highest in you. Thank you, speakers, once again, for sharing that unconditional wisdom. It means a lot for us and a lot for all our learners. And for me, I've been taking tons and tons of notes. When I was preparing for this speech, I'm in my mom's place, and I went to my mom and I asked her, you've been a teacher, right? What do you think is spirituality? And she told me this, my dear friends, and I wanted to enact that for you. Can we do this? Okay, perfect. Can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? Do this for me. And do this for me. Do this for me. Do this for me. Do this for me. While we look at this one and look at that one. This one, my dear friends, this one, you can shake it a bit, shake it a bit, shake it a bit, shake it a bit. This one, my dear friends, you're actually unlocking something. You're unlocking something. You're unlocking a key. This is you, my dear friends. This is you, yourself, your soul. And this, my dear friends, do this along with me. Do this along with me. Is reality. Is reality. Is reality. When your spirits and your soul, they meet, and you can create an S here now. Create an S. Create an S, create an S, create an S. That, my dear friends, is spirituality. You can do this like this. If you don't see an S, you can still do this. That is spirituality. When yourself meets reality, spirituality is born. As Dr. Mandeep said, it is inherent, guys. You cannot measure it. And before I begin to share my views on corporate spiritual responsibility, this is a new jargon where people have been hearing in corporates, right? In the last 4 to 5 years, it's being a latest trend, and I'm going to share my views, some of my programs which I did on corporate spiritual responsibilities, and what do people think, how they accept it or not. I'm going to share that. But before that, one of the things which I have realized in my spiritual journey is the fact that spirituality is the only answer to the unanswered, my dear friends. Spirituality is the only answer to the unanswered. In life, when you're not getting any direction, when there are tons and tons of questions which are unanswered, people tend to go to spirituality. People tend to become spiritual. And that's why, like most of us get to spirituality only after probably 50s or 60s. We have never challenged our life in such a way. And that's why our spiritual journey is delayed. And to me, spiritual journey delayed is like spiritual journey denied. And I would definitely encourage everyone to be a little open and look at yourself and start that journey from now on. Now, in terms of corporate spiritual responsibilities, people here, most of you are from corporates. You would have heard that famous word, CSR. CSR. What does CSR mean, my dear friends? In our days, we used to call it corporate social responsibility. And corporate social responsibility was to help the weaker sections of the society. We used to pull out 5% or 10% of our revenue of our sales and contribute to the society. But now comes one more CSR, and that's called corporate spiritual responsibility. When we talk about corporate spiritual responsibility, we talk about a higher purpose. Why is that corporate existing? What's the higher purpose? Why is it existing? Why are the employees existing in that corporate? And to me, the biggest best practice in terms of corporate spiritual responsibility is to move towards something called as mission and vision to a higher purpose of an organization. Every time I visit a company, I visit an organization internationally in India, I must say that 90% of people don't even know what's their vision and mission statement. People who are working now, I can challenge that to you. A lot of people just go to the website. Oh, this is my vision. This is my mission. No surprises, my dear friends, because the vision statement and the mission statement has never been internalized. The vision and mission statements mostly is there in a website. No one talks about vision and mission statements. Now, corporate social responsibility says, if you don't even know what's your mission and vision, how do you even have a sense of belongingness to that organization? How do you even know what's the higher purpose of that organization? Now, the first and foremost transition when you go to corporate social responsibility is to transition from a mission and vision statement to something very, very close to employee's heart, very, very simple in terms of understanding. Maybe you are a food and agriculture company. You might say, as Dr. Mandeep said, hey, can I build something which is free of pesticides? Can I build a country or a city or a state where no one will sleep without food? This is something which is more like an purpose-driven organization. So that's the first change, my dear friends. The second change, when we're talking about now that your higher purpose is clear for that organization, by the way, I have now seen some of the cities, some of the states, some of the countries. Let's say, for example, a country also runs like an organization. And if a country says, my purpose as a country is this, think about the people in the country. They will drive towards it. At some point of time, India had this common goal. The higher purpose of our country was to be a spiritual place. And that's why we attracted a lot of people. I know things are changing. And same thing countries can do for themselves. Think about it. A country serves with a purpose, saying, hey, this is our purpose, communicates communicates that day in and day out, and think about how the people change their mindsets, and everyone would start living that purpose, living that purpose, living that purpose, right? Perfect, right? Makes sense, guys, makes sense, right? Okay, now the second thing is, of course, when you have a higher purpose, you need people. And of course, when you want people, you have to hire. When you're hiring, the typical hiring process in an organization is we hire people who are like us. We only hire people who are like us. I did an interview. Oh, Rajesh sounds like me. I hire Rajesh. Dr. Mandeep, I don't know whether I can hire Dr. Mandeep, but Dr. Mandeep sounds like me. She thinks the same way. I will hire Dr. Mandeep. I'll go to Janvi and say, I'll hire you, but not Riti. Because Riti doesn't think like me, doesn't feel like me. Now, the next change about corporate spiritual responsibility is to hire people who are unlike you. Is also to hire people who are unlike you. Only when you have people around you who are unlike you, you create an environment where there are diverse perspectives. And then when there are diverse perspectives, you grow as an organization, my dear friends. And this needs a complete mindset change. Can you do that along with me? Can you do that along with me? Mindset, 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 mindset. Needs to change, needs to change, needs to change, needs to be soft on yourself, be soft, be soft. Mindset has to change. My request to all of you, when you're hiring people, don't just hire people who are like you. You will create one more you, which we don't want. You are enough, my dear friends. We need people who are unlike you, so that we create an ecosystem where there is variety, there is different perspectives, and we all grow together. The third thing, Manju already talked about it, and Sadhguru, our famous guru, the whole world knows Sadhguru. Sadhguru says, and not just Sadhguru, a lot of gurus have already told this, my dear friends. Hey, you corporate guys, why do you call humans resources? Who asked you to call a human a resource? We are not resources. We are not like desks and benches that you will call as resources. Gone are those days, guys, where humans are called resources. The true spiritual responsibility, if you have to treat humans like humans, not anyone else. We are people. We are humans. We are great souls. We are never resources. So the way you act now with your corporate social responsibility is to make sure you have that shift in thinking, that they are not resources. A lot of people ask, Suriti, can you tell me what is the head count? As if, only head is counted, whole body, right? We have a soul also, body also, mind also, right? Perfect. Head count, I don't know where these words came from, right? The fourth one, my dear friends, we talk about inclusiveness. If corporate spiritual responsibility believes in inclusiveness. If there can be 50% of CEOs, men, and 50% of CEOs, women, why not? If there can be 33.33% of men being CEOs, 33.33 women as CEOs, and 33.33 as transgenders, why not? This is a different game altogether, my dear friends. Are you hiring people who are physically challenged? Are you hiring people based on your judgment, based on how they physically behave, how they physically act, what they wear, which country are they from? Gone are those days. Talent is everywhere, my dear friends. This is an information age where everyone is talented. It doesn't matter which continent you belong to, Africa or Asia or India. When I speak to a lot of my African friends, I feel they are so good. They're so talented. They're so talented. So inclusiveness has to be there in your mind. Right? How can I create an environment where, okay, let me hire some people at least who are physically challenged. You never know. The mind is very sharp. They can add a lot of value to you. Why not, my dear friends? The final thing is about also building a great culture. And when we talk about corporate spiritual responsibilities, when you're trying to create a culture, a lot of best practices are already happening. And one of such best practices is the Hygge way of creating a workplace. It's from Scandinavia, right? It's from Denmark. It's called Hygge, and it's pronounced Hygge. Now, what's in Hygge kind of workplace? A Hygge kind of workplace is a culture, is a setup where everything in the office, you love it. This world is all about millennials, my dear friends. And if you're creating a traditional workplace where it's so boring, people, you want them to sit for 10 hours, right? And not even see your faces, right? With all those cabinets and stuff like that, things are not going to work. So if you're really corporate, spiritually responsible, you have to create such workplaces. And believe me, it takes less in terms of cost. We have created, right, one corporate social responsibility based, an infrastructure, and believe me, it was 10-20% less costing wise. So you can create such environments. And then final thing as a best practice is to have appreciation, my dear friends. The only thing corporates lack today is lack of appreciation. When I go to corporates, 90% of people don't even have a smile. I don't know what's happening, my dear friends. What is the point working there? What is the point? There's no point working like this. No one is happy in that organization. The workplace, I don't want to use the word, but it is like something which is very, very discouraging. No one would love to work. If I saw my kids that workplace, they would never love to work. Why are we creating such workplaces where people are not smiling? There's no appreciation. And that's where the best practice, which people generally do, is typically they have weekly gratitude meeting for 30 minutes, where let's say peer-to-peer appreciation happens on the face. Let's say Sashikant appreciating Sheena appreciating Sashikant, and having that gratitude. And remember, this is not coming from your manager. This is about saying, hey, Janvi, the talk you did today was lovely. And I learned this genuinely, honestly. And my gratitude to you in front of all. So that's what a gratitude meeting is all about, my dear friends. And this is one more practice where corporate social responsibility based organizations do. So just to wrap it up, whatever I just said, my few things is all about, the first one is about vision and mission. So mission and vision becomes a higher purpose. That's it. And you can, by the way, a lot of people ask me, is it possible? Try to do at least a little bit, and you will see that's happening. Find out what's your higher purpose. People who are entrepreneurs, have a startup, you can easily do it. We are hiring people who are unlike us. Human is not a resource. Human resource to people. Being inclusive is being human. We talked about it. Creating a Hygge culture. A Hygge workplace looks like this. So exciting. And having your gratitude meetings. If not daily, at least weekly once or monthly once. So to me, this is the way we can adopt corporate social responsibility in our organizations. And I'm very sure that we will have a better place to work. We'll have a better place to work. And we will enjoy every bit of work. So thank you for being so enthusiastic about learning. And it was a privilege to be with you for this last 20 minutes and talking about corporate spiritual responsibility. I feel everyone here has that responsibility to make our workplaces a better workplace, so that not just we, everyone enjoys and gives maximum. And that's how we can change this world. Thank you. And over to you and Manju and Shiv. I would love to take some questions. Okay, give me a high five, 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 and do this, guys. This is for you guys, this is for you guys, right? Keep doing this, keep doing this, keep doing this, keep doing this, guys. Don't feel bored in this journey. Don't feel bored. I know the first time it feels like that, but then enjoy. You smile like this every time. Like Coach Antonio does. He smiles every time. Perfect. Nice.
We
Anyone
do
has
have
a question?
We do have a lot of messages in the chat box. Sahil says appreciation is linked to self-contentment. Satya says great insights. Ramakrishna says this calls for a massive mindset change and we need much needed better workplaces. A lot of messages to support your thoughts.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, and much grateful for your insight, Kaushik Mahapatra, today. And indeed, it was really quite a mesmerizing day. We had a lineup of leaders and speakers.